In 2026, over 600,000 people go missing in the wild every year. Most are found, but some disappear in ways that defy science. Today, I'm sharing 3 accounts from park rangers who saw things they were ordered to keep secret. If you're planning a trip to the Smoky Mountains or any national park soon, you might want to watch this first. Check your surroundings, stay quiet, and let's begin. This story comes from a ranger who worked in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park for over 15 years. Let's call him Dave. It was late October, and the park was thinning out as the cold weather moved in. Dave was patrolling a remote trail, miles away from any campsite, when he noticed something strange. The forest, which is usually alive with the sounds of elk and birds, had gone completely silent. He described it as the zone of silence, a phenomenon often reported before something tragic happens. As he walked, he saw a small yellow backpack sitting in the middle of the trail. It looked brand new, no dirt, no scratches. Dave radioed it in, but his radio only emitted a high-pitched screeching sound. He approached the bag and opened it. Inside, there was nothing but a pile of fresh mountain wildflowers and a pair of spectacles that were still warm to the touch. Suddenly, Dave felt like he was being watched. He looked up at the ridge above him and saw a man standing perfectly still. The man was wearing a suit, a formal black business suit, which made no sense for someone 10 miles deep into a rugged forest. Dave shouted, "Hey, are you okay?" The man didn't move. He didn't even blink. Then, with a speed that Dave said was inhuman, the man began to tilt his head further and further until his ear was touching his shoulder. Then, the man began to walk down the steep, 70-degree rocky slope as if he were walking on flat ground. Dave pulled his sidearm, his hands shaking. The man in the suit stopped about 20 feet away. Dave noticed then that the man had no pupils, just solid white eyes. The creature, or whatever it was, opened its mouth and emitted a sound that Dave will never forget. It wasn't a scream. It was the sound of a woman crying for help. But it sounded like it was coming from a broken radio. Dave backed away, never turning his back, until he reached his patrol truck. He reported the incident, but his supervisor told him to forget what he saw if he wanted to keep his pension. To this day, hikers still find small piles of wildflowers on that specific trail, but the people who left them are never found.